Bonjour and welcome to school today. Today we are working on or starting on Unit 5, our family unit. So just a few reminders. Make sure that you're adjusting the volume as needed. You can also pause or rewind this video whenever it's necessary. Make sure that you're participating fully and doing all the activities. If your partner is not there, find one. If you are the odd man out and there's not a partner for you, you should be practicing with yourself. You can have hand A and talk to hand A and hand B and talk to hand B or whatever it happens to be. Don't forget our classroom rules, and there are no hall passes, no cell phones, and no Chromebook unless we're using it for a specific activity day. So come on, let's go. Let's start today doing our tiny cards. So we're going to open up our Chromebooks. Go to tinycards.duolingo.com. Today's lesson is EF space 02.01. So again, we're going to EF space 02.01 on our Chromebooks on tinycards.duolingo.com. Guest teacher, please pause this video and set a timer for students to work for 5 minutes on the website tinycards.duolingo.com. They should be on lesson EF space 02.01, learning family vocabulary. Alors, merci. Fermez vos Chromebooks et ouvrez vos agendas, s'il vous plaît. Ouvrez vos agendas. So aujourd'hui, I can identify family members. So our goal today is I can identify family members. While you're writing that down, we need to have colored pencils today. And if you do not already have the new packet, go ahead, pause the video, make sure that gets passed out to someone or to everyone by someone before we begin. Okay, just a few reminders depending on where you're sitting. Person number 1, you're returning supplies. 2, make sure you clean the table, tuck in the chairs. Number 3, you're cleaning the floor. If you're person number 4, you're collecting any papers. And person number 5 is getting supplies for us. Remember, your eyeball partner is across the way, and your elbow partner is the person that you can poke with your elbow at your table. Let's quickly review our classroom rules. Rule number 1, mouths are quiet. Rule number 2, eyes are watching. Rule number 3, ears are listening. Rule number 4, body is still. And then rule number 5, follow directions quickly. So here are your first directions. I need your first name and last name on your Unit 5 packet. I need the period and your class number. So name, period, class number, and then you're going to read through the I can statements and you're going to do the pre-self-assessment. You're going to color in the circle red. If you can't do it yet, you're going to color in yellow if you think you can do it with some help, and you're going to color in green if you can do it without help by yourself. So again, first name, last name, period, class number, and then we're reading through our I cans and rating ourselves on the pre-self-assessment. Trente-six secondes. 11 secondes. OK. Très bien. Tournez à la page 2, s'il vous plaît. Tournez à la page 2. Let's go ahead and finish these sentences in our focus. You have the sentence starters, and you just need to finish these. And you're going to do this in English. So, number 1, on the unit for speaking, I feel I did. Fill in the blank. Number 2, on the unit for writing, I feel I did. Fill in the blank. Number 3, my favorite activity from the school unit, that was unit 4, was. Then number 4, one thing I would change from the school unit is. And then 5, in French, I learn best by, and your answer. So go ahead, fill out today's date with the day of the week, the day of the month, and then you're answering these questions or finishing these sentences in English. So guest teacher, please pause the video. Give students 3 minutes to complete their focus. And then we should all hopefully be able to color our traffic light green today for I can analyze my learning. All right, let's talk some culture. Specifically, this unit, our culture is going to be about family. So let's talk about families in France. There is, at the bottom of page 8, some blank space if you want to take some extra notes. You could do it there. Otherwise, you're fine to just listen for today. So family units come in many shapes and sizes, just like they do here. Some families will have both parents, while others will live with just a mom or just a dad. Some families have 1 or 2 children, while others have many more. Then extended families in rural France are very common. And it says many families have owned the land for generations. So let's talk about, what does this word rural mean? So the opposite of rural is urban. So like when you think of urban, think of like Paris or Salt Lake. There's lots of buildings. Rural is more like farming, like the picture we see at the bottom. So it says extended families in rural France are very common. So extended families in like the country side are very common. So what's an extended family? Think about it and then go ahead and share with your elbow partner. What do you think an extended family is? We're coming back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So extended family is like our aunts and uncles, our cousins, our grandparents, those kind of people. So living by your relatives in the countryside in France is pretty common because the families have owned the land for many generations. Because most of France is actually countryside, like farming. When you fly over France, it's really, really green. It's just the big cities that are more populated. And like we think of Paris when we think of France, so we don't think of like green countryside. But most of France is countryside. Okay, vocabulary for this unit. This is our base. Let's get going. Répétez. Une famille. Un père. Une mère. Un frère. Une sœur. Un grand-père. Une grande-mère. Un oncle. Une tante. Un cousin. Une cousine. Un animal domestique. Un chien. Un chat. Bien. En anglais, s'il vous plaît. En anglais. Tell me what these words are in English. Un chat. Good. It's a cat. Raise your hand. How many of you have cats? Look around. Find your cat friends. What about en anglais? Un chien. Good. A dog. Raise your hand if you have a dog. Look around. See your dog friends. Raise your hand if you wish you had a dog. Oh, Miss Carol's raising her hand. She wants a dog. Okay. Ador. What about this next word? An animal domestique. What does that sound like? What does that sound like? Talk to your eyeball partner. What do you think that is? An animal domestique. Good. I think I heard it all the way over here. A domesticated animal. So what the heck is a domesticated animal? That's a fancy word for a pet. So if you want to go impress your English teacher or your parents, you can talk about having a domesticated animal. Alors, en anglais, une cousine, a cousin, good. Un cousin, a cousin, good. Hold up, like what's the difference? We have une cousine and un cousin. Une cousine, un cousin. What's our difference here? Good, I think I heard it. Masculine versus feminine. Generally, when things are feminine in French, we add an E at the end. So we added an E to un, and we added an E to cousin to make it une cousine. Bien. En anglais, une tante. An aunt, good. Un oncle. An uncle, excellent. Une grand-mère. A big grandma. A big mom. No, a grandmother. Alors, un grand-père. Grandfather, très bien. En anglais, une sœur. Sister, good. So those of you who have sisters, you can start saying like, oui, sir. No, sir. And it will drive your sister nuts because they're going to be like, I'm not a sir. You're going to be like, oh, yes, you are in French. Alors, en anglais, un frère. Brother, excellent. Une mère. Mom, good. Et ton père. Dad, excellent. Et une famille. I always think that sounds Italian. Une famille. A family. Kiss those brains. Nice job, guys. Let's go through these again. Répétez. Une famille. Un père. Une mère. Un frère. Une sœur. Un grand-père. Une grand-mère. Un oncle. Une tante. Un cousin. Une cousine. Un animal domestique. Un chien. Un chat. Good. Let's go through those one more time. Hyper, super méga vite. Alors, répétez. Une famille. Un père. Une mère. Un frère. Une sœur. Un grand-père. Une grand-mère. Un oncle. Une tante. Un cousin. Une cousine. Un animal domestique. Un chien. Un chat. Excellent. So we're going to work on Quizlet. Get used to this vocabulary. So you're going to go to Google Classroom, and under the classwork tab, you can go to Unit 5 and then Practice Family Quizlet. Now let me show you really quickly some of your options on Quizlet. No, I want that. I want this. Okay, so you're going to go to the link. It's on Google Classroom, and it will take you to a page that looks like this. And you don't need my face right now. Okay, so there's just the flashcards you can go through, but that's kind of boring. There's different ways you can learn and different ways you can play. So you can do the learn if you want, and it will take you through, sort of like it does with tiny cards. You can practice writing or spelling what you hear or a test, but otherwise, like I like playing. I don't know about you guys. So we want to go ahead and play. You can play match or you can play gravity. So with match, obviously you have to match things and just drag it over. With gravity, you need to protect the planets from asteroids. We're going to go easy just so you can see. So it's going to show us a word, un frère, and so we need to write a brother in English, or maybe just brother. There we go. Whew. I saved it. And then father, and so on. Okay, so there's lots of different options for you on Quizlet. So again, to get there, you're going to go to Google Classroom, Classwork, Unit 5, and then Practice Family Quizlet. Guest teacher, please pause the video and give students 7 minutes to work on the Quizlet. All right, how are we feeling identifying family members? Ça va bien? Ça va comme si, comme ça, ou ça va mal? Ça va bien pour la plupart? Excellent. Alors bien, répétez. Une famille. Un père. Une mère. Un beau-père. Une belle-mère. Hold on, let's stop and talk about these. Are we saying we have a handsome dad and a beautiful mom? Like, that's kind of awkward. Like, my dad's just weird. He wears socks with his sandals. Okay, so we have un père and une mère. Those ones we know, dad and mom. So beau-père is a stepdad. For those of you who have mixed families, beau-père is a stepdad. Une belle-mère is a stepmother. Okay, so stepmom, stepdad, beau or belle. Fun fact in French, like, so I am married, and so my husband's mom is my mother-in-law. In French, she's also called une belle-mère. So just a little fun fact for you. So these are our steps. Okay, un beau-père, stepdad, une belle-mère, stepmom. If you don't like them, don't feel like they're part of your family, don't talk about them. That's fine with me. It's up to you who you consider your family. Alors, répétez. Un frère. Une sœur. Un demi-frère. Okay. Un demi-frère. So does anyone know what demi means? Like Percy Jackson is a demigod. He is a half god, right? So un demi-frère can either be a half-brother. That's why we're only seeing half of a brother on the right. Or it can be a step-brother. Okay, and that's the picture on the left, that he's on the step. So a half-brother would mean that you have at least one of the same parents that helped to like create that sibling, and a step would mean like one of your parents got married to one of somebody else's parents, and they both had kids, and so that would be like your stepbrother or your stepsister. So they didn't come from your mom or your dad, but if they came from either your mom or your dad, they would be a half. And that's same with répétez, une demi-sœur. So a stepsister or a half-sister. Répétez, un grand-père. une grande-mère, un oncle, une tante, un cousin, une cousine, un animal domestique, un chien, un chat. Excellente. Alors, tournez à la page 4, s'il vous plaît. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tournez à la page 4, s'il vous plaît. Okay, top of page 4, you should have this same family tree, and I need you to label it. Okay, so notice the green circle, that is you. Okay, so that means that the people next to you are your brother and sister. These people down here on the third row to the right of you are your cousins. At the very, very top are grandma and grandpa. And then you come from your parents, so that's these folks right here. And then everybody else on the second row is your aunts and your uncles. Okay, so you're going to label the family tree in French. I'll give you a really sneak peek, so it's going to look like that, okay? Un grand-père, une grande-mère, un père, une mère, une tante, un oncle, une tante, un frère, une sœur, moi, une cousine, un cousin, une cousine. Okay, so it's going to look like that. Please pause this video. You have 4 minutes, students. So guest teacher, go ahead and set that timer for 4 minutes, and then we'll check and see how you did after 4 minutes. Alrighty, let's check your answers. See if we can identify family members in French. Very top, first row, you should have un grand-père, and then you should have une grande-mère. Give me a thumbs up if you got it. Good. Second row, starting from the left, you have un père, une mère, une tante, un oncle, and une tante. Thumbs up if you got the second row. Thumbs in between if you didn't get to finish. Thumbs down if you got some people wrong. Okay, third row with the glasses on the left, bottom row. We have un frère, and then we have une sœur, and then we have you as a bébé, so cute. And then in the middle with the pigtails, we have une cousine, and then with the striped shirt, un cousin, and then une cousine. Thumbs up if you got row 3 right. Excellent. Alors, ça va bien? Ça va comme ci, comme ça, ou ça va mal? Ça va bien, ça va comme ci, comme ça, d'accord. Alors, répétez. Une famille. Un père. Une mère. Un beau-père. Une belle-mère. Un frère. Une sœur. Un demi-frère. Une demi-sœur. Un grand-père. Une grande-mère. Un oncle. Une tante. Un cousin. Une cousine. Un animal domestique. Un chien. Un chat. Good. Okay, let's practice a little bit with these. I'm going to show you the word in French. You're going to tell me what it is in English, and we'll see if you can beat your elbow partner, okay? So, in English, what's un chat? En anglais, un chien. En anglais, un animal domestique. A pet, good. En anglais, une cousine. A girl cousin, yeah, a cousin that's a girl. Un cousin. Boy cousin, good. Une tante. En anglais, un oncle. Une grand-mère. Un grand-père. Une demi-sœur. Good, so either a stepsister or a half-sister. Un demi-frère. A stepbrother or a half-brother. Good. Une sœur. En anglais, un frère. Une belle-mère. Good, a stepmom. Un beau-père. Not a handsome dad, a stepdad. Good. Une mère. Un père. Une famille. Excellent. Okay, this time I'm going to show you the picture and you need to tell me what or who it is in French. Okay, so you're telling me in French. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. Une famille. Un père. Good. 3, 2, 1. Une mère. 3, 2, 1. Tricky one. Un beau-père. Good. 3, 2, 1. Une belle-mère. 3, 2, 1. Un frère. 3, 2, 1. Une sœur. Je m'excuse on that one. 3, 2, 1. Un demi-frère. 3, 2, 1. Une demi-sœur. 3, 2, 1. Un grand-père. 3, 2, 1. Une grande-mère. 3, 2, 1. Un oncle. Bien. 3, 2, 1. Une tante. Good. You guys are getting fast. 3, 2, 1. Un cousin. Bien. 3, 2, 1. Une cousine. 3, 2, 1. Un animal. Un animal domestique. Bien. 3, 2, 1. Un chien. And last one. 3, 2, 1. Un chat. Excellent. Kiss those brains for me. Nice work. Okay. Only one more thing to do today. On page 4, in the bottom part, you can make me your own family tree. I want it labeled in French. And this could be your real family tree, like with your actual siblings and your actual parents and stuff like that. Or it can be an imagined family tree. So, if you want Justin Bieber to be your grandpa, go for it. Or like if J-Lo's going to be your mom or something, I don't know. Your choice. So that's on page 4. So create and label in French your own family tree, real or imagined with pictures. Stick faces are fine with a circle and the 2 dots for eyes and a smiley face, and then draw some hair. You must include at least 12 people. So on this example, we have grandparents, we have parents, we have the kids, and then we have one set of aunts and uncles and some cousins. When you're done with that in class, you can go ahead and spend the rest of the time in class on the family Quizlet. Nice work today, guys. I hope that you can identify family members, and I'll see you tomorrow.